Yo, yo, we back up in this thing again, man. Big bless on this good Thursday, man. On my podcast. I am your host, Mike P. Let's go. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Good man. What up? What up? It is your boy Mike to the P. This is the One Mike Podcast. Thank y'all for the support, man. For the likes and shares, the comments. If you're not following me, man, follow me right now on YouTube. Right now, One Mike Podcast. You dig? Thursday night football. Let's get right into it, man. The Rams versus the 49ers. It should be a doozy. You dig? One of those ones, it's gonna be an old school division rival game. You dig? I think I picked the Rams to win the division. They're turning in the right direction. They're 7-6. I think they're at the top of the division right now. No, I'm sorry, Seattle at the top of the division at 8-5. But I believe that the Rams will win the division. No disrespect to the 49ers. They have had a great run. I think that the injury bug and the NFL gods have just said, look, it's not y'all year. Y'all not going to go back, dog. Like, without McCaffrey, without Debo playing at a high level, Brock Purdy still Brock Purdy doing his thing. George Kittle still George Kittle. That defense gets Dre Greenlaw back from that catastrophic injury he suffered in the Super Bowl last year. So that should be a shot in the arm. Drake Greenlaw is going to be hitting everything moving, dog. That's for sure. Nick Bosa is questionable. Garindo is questionable. And Trent Williams is out. So, I mean, hey, Jared Verse, maybe the rookie of the year. Look for him to leap off the screen tonight. Every time they're on TV, Puka Nacua is going to leap off the screen. So, hey, it's going to be a good game, man. I'm going to pick the Rams. I think the Rams are a better team at this point. It's very simple to me. Like, I like the fact that the Rams are running the football with Kyron Williams. I like the fact that they go play action and get the ball to Cooper Kupp and they get the ball to Puka Nacua. They go the ball to Puka Nacua at least 10 times a game. That's how it should be within the offense. Short passes, long passes. Bro, get the guy to football. I never understand how you have guys on the team that they don't focus on getting the best player to football. That player should be getting the ball every time you have an opportunity. You're not going to throw to Demarcus Robinson 6 times. No. He's going to get maybe like 2 or 3 targets in this game. They don't have a tight end. I don't think Higbee's back. Let me make sure. I don't think he is off the PUP list. PUP list. I don't think he was even on the puppy. He was on the PUP for as just not being there at all. Let me check their depth chart. But most people got the 49ers winning this game. I'm shocked, okay? I guess they feel like they, go get it back in blood, so to speak. Which I understand. They took a tough loss early in the season to these guys, so hey, we'll see. Let me see their depth chart. Yeah, they got Cody Parkinson. Yeah, Higbee's out. He's still recovering from that knee injury, I believe, or ankle, I believe. Cody Parkinson, he really doesn't get no burn. And DeMarcus Robinson is hurt. So you know what that means. Puka Nacua all day long. And Jordan Whittington is questionable. So Tyler Johnson may get a lot of burn tonight. Tutu Atwell may get a lot of burn tonight. But personally, man, I'm gonna go with Puka Nacua. I don't even know his yardage. Whatever his yardage is, he going over that shit. You did. CeeDee Lamb did go over and crush for the bet of the day. You did. So, we're 15-4 now. CeeDee Lamb just scored a touchdown and on the first drive, which I predicted because he was due for a touchdown. So I almost had hit a nice parlay, but who failed me? I think Cooper Rush didn't throw over 200 yards. He threw for like 181. And then Jalen Tolbert didn't get a catch. His Jones like 12 yards. I don't even think he got a target in that game. Jalen Tolbert is terrible. Like Jalen Tolbert can't run past anybody. I shouldn't even put him on my jump, but it is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, man, it's a bigger game tonight. I think that uh Stafford's gonna have to play big. Pause. Like he's gonna have to really elevate. 'Cause I think Brock Purdy they gonna come out with blood in their mouth. They like, yo, we want to get it back, dog. We want to get y'all back for how y'all made us look early on in the year. So it's a bigger game. Thursday night football, prime. You dig? Hey, why not? I used to be a little hesitant on the whole seeing football in its totality. I get it now, though. It's a business. I get it. From an economic perspective, they took over. Their next they're trying to conquer now is Christmas. Having Beyonce perform on Christmas. Christmas was always set aside for the NBA. So it's like, yo, nah, we taking it. We want everything. I won't be surprised they have football on 7 days a week at one point. Joe Buck came out and said he wanted the Cowboys to be on Monday Night Football every Monday. That'd be kind of tight, though. I wouldn't be mad. Shit, I would not be mad at all. For real. But moving on, man, to our next segment, Black on Black News. Now, if you do follow me on Facebook, you've seen that we might have had a small dust up, me and the Facebook community. It wasn't nothing serious to me personally. Somebody that's been in the field since I was like 18, well, maybe like 17 going on 30, 36. You do the math. I mean, I've been in the field for a long time. Whether it's dealing with clients that are disabled, whether it's clients that need rehabilitation through drug treatment, whether it's clients that dealt with traumatic events, just getting out of jail rehabilitation. When you're in the field of rehabilitation, you understand those things. You understand that the community needs you, man. People out here that cannot help themselves, they need help. We got to stand in the gap and try to help out as much as we can. So I made a statement based off therapy. I don't really believe that a lot of times it's what people like to make it to crack up to be like it's the end all be all or it's the final solution to solving people issues. I think a lot of times, man, it's definitely something that's needed in the community, but we have to look at the origin and the roots of it and what it stands for and what is it actually. It's a whenever like I gave an analogy. Whenever you're having something you're talking about you care for and you like, there's also a other side to it. So if you're only looking at the rosy part of it, the good part of it, you're not looking at it in totality of the how people will use things. That's the thing that I think people don't understand when we're talking about clinical or either therapeutic treatment. Like you have to know for one, all the type of therapists there are. You have cognitive behavior therapists, family therapists, trauma therapists, clinical therapists, eye removing uh, dissemination therapists, social worker, behavior therapists, eating disorder therapists, cognitive therapists, child therapy, school therapy, counselors. This is what I fall into. See that? See that right there? Counselor. You dig? So yeah, we got the addictive therapy, art therapy, psychodynamic therapy, social therapy. There's so many different type of therapists in this world, man, that we have to know that all these people are not put into place for sometimes a good benefit at a certain point. You did. You have to also understand the author of the therapy that you're saying that you're signing up to do, that you're signing up to get an education in or get a degree in. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, just had this again. Right when we were speaking, just had to check in with one of my clients just now. So again, man, understand the author of the therapist that you see. That this is the person that established therapy, the father of modern psychotherapy, Sigmund Freud. A therapist, someone who practices therapy to treat mental health conditions, finds the root of early development and psychological um, work within understanding, considering the field, the establishment of concept talk therapy through psychoanalyzing, which involve analyzing patients' unconscious mind through dreams, interpretations, and other techniques. This is the father of therapy. So, in what time frame does that have to apply to us in our community, in our culture? This is the person that they framework and they teach you how to do things when you come into to people that are in the community. Understand the same person used to have this again. This one, his life was from 1856 to 1939. Sigmund Freud. Look it up, man. This is something you have to look up for yourself. You have to understand these things. He used to also conduct many experiments and case studies to develop different theories, unconscious mind, and psychoanalyzing. He used cocaine. In 1984, Freud published a paper about the experiments with cocaine as a treatment of mental and physical ailments. He was praised the drug even took to himself for headaches and anxiety. However, later disheveled the study, many people reported becoming addicted to the drug. Come on, bro. We gotta wake up. We gotta get right and exact. We gotta wake up, man. Free socialization. Freud used a technique to psychotherapy to help clients assess their unconscious processes of free association with clients, or whether they become within their mind or conscious filtering, dream analysis, case studies. It's the same person. Now you can look again. You can look this up. While y'all was busy going back and forth, I was busy studying on the roots of what your when you go get that degree, when you go get that, that's the basis that they're using. Somebody that used to run studies on people with cocaine. You did. We have to understand. We have to get. Girl, we got to get right and exact, man. And we have to understand the development and the prescriptions and medications that treat the mental health conditions. These therapists often collaborate with other physicians to determine the appropriate medication and patient alongside their therapeutic interventions. Sometimes even informing drug developments, drug developers by providing insights into the patient's experience and treatments they needed. You dig? So diagnosis and treatments are critical. They play a critical role in the mental health development. Therapists play a critical role in diagnosing disorders, which then informs the type of medication that pharmaceuticals might prescribe for the pharmaceutical industry. You dig? That's what I tried to tell y'all yesterday. When y'all was getting all butthurt and y'all feelings, this is a correlation. These are things that are correlated. They work hand in hand. Not saying that everybody that's in therapy is on medication, but the majority of people that are in therapy are on medication. Two things can be true at the same time. It's like it can't be an end all. It can't be one side is this and one side is that. No, we have to understand that these things are actually happening in real time. Patient feedback, clinical trials, education awareness. Therapists can be educated on patients about potential medication side effects and the importance of the treatment plans that are promoted and responsibility of medication use. This is what I see every single day. So when I speak about IEPs, you did IEPs are individual education programs that is a written document that oversees and outlines a student's educational goals and support system they need to survive in the educational field. And most of the time it's bull job because they put the kid that's struggling in the same kid with the kid that's not struggling. So what's that going to do? That's going to have a negative label on that child. So when they're in there, they feel deficiencies. They know for a fact they struggle with certain things. They need a tutor. They don't need to be labeled. They don't need to be given an IEP. They need to be given tutors. They need to be given people that know how to teach this information. You got one teacher in the classroom teaching 30 kids. I remember being in class and couldn't focus and couldn't get it. If I couldn't get it in a week, we're moving on. SOL says, hey, stand alerted. We need to move on now. So regardless if this child is getting it or not, they're just going to keep passing you by. I've already given you the breakdown maybe 3 or 4 pods ago on how they've turned down the curriculum when it comes to letting kids pass. You like kids are passing with 69s. That would be unheard of in our day. If you didn't have a 70 or above, you're not passing, fam. That's an F. It's just that simple. But we've been brainwashed, hoodwinked, and bamboozled in food. IEPs are legal documents that must be reviewed annually to track the student's progress. They are developed by schools' education team, the MET team, after assessing the student to determine if they qualify for special education services. 504 plans. I mean, bro, this is what I had to go through and review for these students. I'm the one that tracks it. I'm the one that tracks the development. I'm the one that tracks whether this person is approving or not. So when you speak erroneously about who I am and what you think I do, don't let the facade of what you see on entertainment and on what I do online fool you. You did? I'm in the nooks and crannies of trying to develop and change people's perspective and change their behaviors every single day. Help them improve. Help them understand that how serious these things are for themselves. Don't chastise people because you think something about them that you don't even know about them. I don't let people into the real world. Because why? Because people are nosy. And they don't need to know what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. I focus on the work. I'm focused on the children. I'm focused on the people that need my help every single day. You did? Not even to talk about that. Let's talk about the ADHD measuring stick. That's probably the number one diagnosis they have for kids. It says, yes, ADHD can be measured, but there's no single test to diagnose it. So how can they come to you and say your child has ADHD and they have no way to measure it? They have no way to scale it and say, hey, your child needs to sit down, your child needs to do X, Y, and Z. The rating scale is used to record symptoms and measurements. Some common rating scales include the Vanderbilt Assessment Scale, the Child Behavior Checklist. Come on, man, the Connors Rate Scale. What does that have anything to do with our community? But they're rating your children every day. That you send your kids to school, they're rating your children every day on these scales and these barometers and these parameters and these metrics. And they're acting like they are the end all be all. And they're not. We cannot continue to be lied to. And then you want to go a step further. We can pull this up right here. Again, I want to give you fact. Again, stuff I'm reading off is my notes. This is one from an actual case study. Actual case study from Rutgers. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not making this up. Disability students facility focus on special education to prison pipeline. The Rutgers Newark experts were working to raise awareness to the link between educational disability classifications and incarcerations. They call this the special ed to prison pipeline. While many are aware of the school prison pipeline, where majority of youth color are funneled away from public education into juvenile justice system, they don't always recognize the disability education part that play in a significant role. This is what we're talking about here, man. I just gave you a breakdown, a full-fledged breakdown on the therapeutic part of it, what the therapist has done, the origin of what therapy is, the diagnosis they give these kids or give these adults, what they usually give them kids and they become adults, and then we see the ramifications of what they're doing in school, and then you see the prison pipeline within the diagnosis. What more I have to give to you that you can't see that this is a trick bag, bro? It's a joke. Most things that are given to us in this world are not real, fam. We have to stop. Yo, what up, 25? Salute. My brother. One have a sports reporter's order. Him and Mr. Logic will be giving that good game. You dig me? That good sports talk, that good, man, the excellent, man, the college football talk is different. That's a different level over there, dog. Trust me. The football talk is still crazy. The sports talk is, but that college football is a different tier. Make sure y'all follow Sports Reporter's Order too, man. Tuesdays and Fridays, man. I'm tuned in. I'm reposting them. Y'all check them out. They're giving up a good game, bro. Real talk. I'm giving you the nooks and crannies of what's popping off right now. We can't keep ignoring these things, bro. Like, because the children are suffering already, brother. The children are suffering, man. When I'm in the gym, when I check kids in, alert pops up on their file, and it shows different things that they have to allergies. It shows their academic problems. There's a full breakdown. The school I'm working at now is a really good school. I'm not gonna say the school because we got to keep things confidential. But man, they're doing a really good job of tracking these things. They're making my job easier. So now I can go in and say, okay, let me meet with this group of teachers here. We're gonna get this work. We're gonna get this tutor. We have different tutors that come in, different vendors that come in, help out with the kids, help them grow so they can start doing the work themselves. That's the key. Get them to do the stuff themselves. I'm there as the counselor to facilitate academical and traumatic situations. All those things come into one. I'm doing this all off just me, dog. And I work with other people that's there too. They got a different expertise, who've been in the field for years, who used to be servants in a certain sense. That's what we have to do as a people. And again, we have to track the improvements, because when I get into a room, when I get into that zone, we're gonna see improvements. That's a gift of mine I have. You dig? You're gonna be transformed. We're gonna be doing one thing to doing another thing, and that comes from what? Me helping myself and helping and having mentors and other people that I help me out to get to a certain point, and me trusting the process of life. You got to trust the process, man. You can't get it all back at one time. Like, you have to understand, everything that happens to you in your life is for a reason. And it usually built for a testimony for somebody else, help somebody else grow. So you can't say, oh, I'm so sad I went through all these things. And man, you got to look at that joint as a blessing, because you made it out. God, you got the whole armor on every day. God is protected you and giving you grace and mercy. So you still alive. You pinch and slap yourself, you still alive. Come on, man. Stay in the fight. We got people too much are sissy, sad, man, they let their emotions become more than what they should be. When a situation can be resolved, if you sometimes just breathe, take a nap, pray, talk these things through. Everybody again don't have nobody to talk to. I get it. But you got so many resources and so many people out here now, like myself, trying to get a game up. Trying to. Y'all claim y'all want people to, you claim you want people to help the community out. But where the support at? That's why people don't do it, because there's no support. People didn't like Malcolm X. They didn't like the fact that he was trying to tell you to do something differently. Harriet Tubman said, man, I would have freed a lot more people if they knew they were slaves. You dig? That's the thing. That's the mentality we have to get out of. We have to get right and exact and understand that we got to help our own community. We got to be there for our children, because the children are the ones that matter. I'm not trying to fix no grown person. Bro, you already lived your life. You've already made. We focus on the children. These are the ones that y'all claim that y'all think are crazy, that y'all think have no direction. No, y'all are not consistent enough. Their will is stronger than yours. They're going to continue to do the wrong thing until somebody try to stop them. They crashing now. They seeing all this stupid stuff, this dumb jargon that's built upon what we already know is a reflection of the music. We already know it's a reflection of the people that they prop up in this culture. I had a kid tell me yesterday, I've been listening to cussing music since I was in the second grade. I said, wow. Imagine what the parent has done to this child. So when you're riding around with your children, listening to goofy music that's not uplifting them, that's not uplifting their atmosphere, not uplifting their soul, their spirit, it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not saying I don't listen to music that cuss. I cuss, but I'm grown. My daughter's not going to be in the car with me while I'm listening to those things. And I try my best not to be around her with those certain things, because she's going to pick it up. She's a sponge. Children are sponges. So they may not actually regurgitate the words, but they're copying the terminology. They're copying the language. They're understanding these things. They're going through the process, and then it starts becoming a part of their behavior and who they are. People they look up to, the rappers, the singers, even the female rap. I got guys, young boys saying they like Glorilla because her music is dope. You did? I'm not knocking. I mean, I was an E fan. I like Lil Kim. I'm not saying that, but you also had a duality. You had a positive with a maybe not I say a negative, but more of a edgier version of themselves. You did? But you, like with Eve, you had Love Is Blind, and then you had Who's That Girl. So like it's a duality. I'm giving you different perspectives of who I am, and understanding in that moment. I learned from those songs what not to do to a woman. Love Is Blind. It'll take over your mind. Like she was taken down. That brother was beating on her, hurt her, and eventually he killed her. So that just show you that's a depiction of, hey, ladies, what you should not go after, and young men, don't be like that. I used to wear a shirt that said, "A black man don't cheat," and people would walk up, man, yeah, that's not true. 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 You're missing the whole message. I was saying it as a alarm to say black men don't cheat. Do not do it. You did, but you missed it. It went over your head again. It go right over your head. You got to stay in the moment and stop be waiting to argue so much. Stop waiting to tear somebody down and try to embarrass them in front of their peers or in public and try to act like they don't know what they're talking about. I don't go on my way to embarrass anybody, especially somebody that used to look out for me. Why would I do that for? It's all about choice. So I can have an opinion about somebody. I'm not going to publicly go out of my way to disrespect them or put anything negative or smut on their jacket. Why? Why would I do that for? We want to stand together as one and together. If you don't agree with something I got to say, pull me to the side and let's chop wood. Or let's talk about it. I don't understand what you meant by that. It's a difference between you saying that and saying, yo, that's ignorant, bro. So that's going to garner what type of response you think I'm going to give you back in return. But again, I don't talk that to people. So I know if I said it to somebody else, they're going to give me a negative response. They're not going to say, oh, gee, golly gee. Well, why'd you say that about me? I'm not ignorant. Nah, I'm like, bro, who the fuck you talking to? That's exactly what I'm going to tell you. Who are you talking to? Why are you speaking to me in that manner? Why are you trying to discredit what I'm saying because you don't agree with it? All you got to say is, yo, brother, I don't agree with that. Enlighten me a little more on how you feel. Let's have dialogue. Let's chop wood. That's what I do every single day on here. I try to chop wood. I'm not trying to embarrass nobody or try to hurt anybody. Or again, if you in the field, you in the field. You doing your thing. But understand what you're doing while you're in the field. Understand that people are trying to use you while you're in the field. It's the same thing with teaching. I'm in the schools. If somebody says something negative about schools, I'm not going to get offended. Because you know why? I'm doing the real work to help the people out. I would encourage them to say, hey, look, we trying our best. Hopefully we can get certain things fixed. Hopefully these schools, that's why we need Tyrone Nelson to keep doing his job. You did. We need him to keep making things better each year, make the curriculum better, make the proper changes for the budgeting better. You did. Them in city council, they got to get on the same page in the school of education. They got to get on the same page, man. The directors and the boards got to get on the same page because school as we know it is not working. And we cannot continue to still say, we need this, we need that. You're just comfortable because that's been given to you. I'm telling you, y'all think that ice is colder, man. We have to get right and exact. We got to realize that this stuff is not working for our children. Your children are miseducated every day. You can go check their grades, go check their work. Most kids are failing bad. I'm telling you. And they can't even spell they can't even spell words like food. You in 6th grade, you can't even spell the word food. They coming to me, Mr. Powell, can you help me spell what was the word the kid asked me how to spell the other day? Flower. Flower. How do you spell flower? I'm like, bro, how you don't know how to spell flower? You know, like to me, it's like it's not disrespect. It's the fact that, man, we have let this thing go too long. You dig? So hey, I'm back in the fold. That's what I'm about to be talking about all the time. Get used to it. I only talk about what I see. And again, what you don't see is you don't see when I'm having to have a conversation with a young man who's crying because kids in the class have been teasing him about being in special education. That's what you don't see. And I gotta stand there and tell that kid there's nothing wrong with him. Because he's been diagnosed by somebody. We're not gonna say we don't know who the somebody. I just gave you who the somebody is. I just gave you who the somebody is. The therapist is the one that diagnosed that child. Out of all the therapists I've named, whatever one you fit in, cool. If you're not giving diagnosis, then we're not talking to you. We're not speaking to you at all. We're speaking to the ones that are giving diagnosis to these children and giving them a medication that they do not need. Concerta, what's the one I thought about yesterday? They took most of the kids off because it was basically linked to having cocaine in it. Ritalin. There we go. Take most of those kids off these drugs because you know why? They don't work. They're all experimental. You dig? So you might have some stuff with depression that works or, anxiety. We get those things. But man, the major diagnoses that they're giving these children are not helping them at all. And this kid, if you met this kid, you would never think this kid was special education. He struggles in math and English. That's it. That's why they named him special education. He can talk clearly. He's a computer whiz on the computer. He's in the coding and everything. So how do you label that kid a special education child when he's not somebody that has the ability not to learn? He's not ID. He's not MR. None of these things. How do you label this person not being able to do the things you need to do in school? No, you need to have the proper resources so these kids can do their thing. Again, these things are working that way the establishment wants them to work. I just told you about, we already talked about the child to prison pipeline, but you never talk about the disability to prison pipeline. I promise you, if you go into a lot of these prisons, a lot of these brothers and sisters are struggling with mental illness and disability, and they got those things before they got to prison. So they don't have the social skills enough to be savvy enough, even in a situation where they have to get on the job. They're going to let their anger issues that they have from various situations that happen. That's why we got to fix our families. Fix the people. People got to stay together, have a family, be healthy together, have a spiritual backing, a foundation. You dig? Their life has to be reflective on what they want to see for their children. Raise their children the right way. Give them the proper avenue. Don't have 55 jobs so you're not watching your children because somebody is watching them. And somebody may do something to them or touch them inappropriately. And then you have more trauma. We've been so used to traumatic situations, we have to get out of this mentality that trauma is us. We're not trauma at all. We have to do better as a family. We have to wait to have children at a certain time. You can take care of the child. You can be there for the child. You can nurture the child. That's the difference in the key that we have to get better at. Relationally, we have to get better on what we want. There's somebody out there for everybody. I firmly believe in that statement. But we have to do a better job of positioning ourselves to be there. And just love who love you. That's the biggest thing. People are chasing people that don't even want them. But will ignore somebody for years that is crazy about them. So again, we just got to get right and exact, man. These variables are going to continue to haunt us and hurt our community if we don't get serious about these things. I'm here to bring awareness. I'm here to give you the keys and the tools to solve the issue. And I'm here in the fight working with you. You dig? So we got to get right and exact, man. We have to understand this thing is multifaceted. It's very complex. But we will rise above. We will overcome. Rest in peace to Nikki Giovanni. You dig? Man, one of our queens who's transitioned this past maybe a couple of days. Gave a lot to the community, man. These are legends that should have been held up more, in my opinion. But again, it's all about what's promoted to you. It's all about what they send to you, those signals. You in that phone, you in that watching that news, you in that watching that television. So again, it's all about what books are you reading? Bro, the brother told me to go read a book like I don't read books. I got 72 books that I'm reading, brother. Don't let the exterior fool you, man. Just because you don't see me doing these things don't mean it's not getting done. People will tell you, people speak so erroneous that don't even know you. Don't even know you. I'm an avid reader, bro. Anybody who knows me knows that. I'm in a book club. I post books all the time. If you're paying attention to what you want to see. But when it's something you want to talk about negative, oh, they're right there. I post many things that people don't talk about. I get no likes, no nothing. I post something that may be a little controversial. Oh man, I'm gonna give 95 opinions. When I posted that book 2 days ago that nobody talked about, The Black Moors, nobody spoke on that. Nobody liked it. Nobody retweeted it. Nobody gave a comment on it. But let me say something about your job that you got. Oh Lord, the world's coming to an end. Come on, man. We got to get better, man. We got to do better. We got to get better. We got to do better, man. For sure. Man, the next segment, man, our Black History Fact of the week. You know, I love to, again, highlight the Black inventors from our time frame that, you know, people don't talk about all the time. We have to really make sure we highlighting them and giving them the light and love that they deserve. Because for years, a lot of our stuff was stolen. We're gonna talk about Lewis Latimer today. You dig? Lewis Latimer, one of my favorite. He was the inventor of the excuse me, I'm sorry, the air conditioner, as well as the processor and the carbon fibers in the light bulb, the filament in the light bulb. People always like to say that Thomas Edison was an inventor. Thomas Edison was a thief. Thomas Edison was somebody that stole patents from people like Lewis Latimer. Lewis Latimer wrote the blueprints to how electricity was actually conveyed from Flushing, New York. So if you're so-called the inventor of it, why do you have to have Lewis Latimer come and write the Renaissance man write the blueprints for you? Again, let's just get right and exact, man. We just got to tell the truth. We can't let these people keep lying to us, man. People lie to you your whole life if you don't wake up and smell the coffee. Lewis Latimer, man, was an expert craftsman who joined Thomas Edison's lab in 1884. He's also a skilled inventor, designed several improvements of the light bulb. See, look at this, man. He's the one that invented the light bulb, bro. The carbon holder. He invented the filament in it. Come on, man. I didn't even know this little known fact. Says he was born in Chelsea, Massachusetts. Chelsea, Massachusetts, excuse me. And September 4th, 1884, 6 children. His family were runaway slaves from Virginia, man. Right here in Richmond, Virginia, probably. Youngest child went to grammar school. So, like, man, this brother was significant, man. This is crazy. It says, upon discovering that Latimer indeed skilled draftsman, he was also promoted to the office boy, earning $3 a week and $20 as a draftman. So he's doing the real work while they're taking all the credit. Thomas Edison was a straight thief, man. He's a patent thief. Look at this. It's 1884. He was invited to work at Maximus arch rival Thomas Edison, New York, expert electrical engineer. Latimer work Edison was critical of following reasons throughout the knowledge and experts, of the electrical lighting and power guided Edison's through the process of filling the patent. Bro, come on, man. This man is the one that filled out the patent forms for the property of the U.S. Patent Office to protect the company of fragments of inventions. Latimer was also charged of the company's library and collecting information around the world to translate data from French to German to protect the companies of the Europe challenges. Before Edison's patent investigator and expert witness in cases against persons trying to benefit of Edison's inventions throughout the legal legal publishing. So yeah, man, he was the one that actually was helping Thomas Edison out. So why do I need you? I'm the one doing all the work. But again, that's what they do to black people to this day. They'll come in and say, "Hey, you need me." No, you need me. That's what you need. You need me to do the work. They want you to do the work, but they don't want you to never run nothing. You can go on a Burger King right now. I bet you're not gonna find nobody. This is what I do when I go to places. I just look at who the manager is. I want to see who got the other shirt on. Everybody's got the other shirt. They got the red shirt or they got the black shirt. And you tell me who it usually is. It could be the lowest grade person that don't even look they smart at all, and they got them in there running the show. Meanwhile, Miss Mary or Miss such and such, she the real one running the show. But that's what they do though. They take the lowest grade person. I look at it like, dude, I'm stopping one day for my client just to get some breakfast. Bro, you the manager? No way in the world you're the manager here. No way. Bro, look crazy, man. And again, I don't judge anybody. I'm fair shake with everybody, but it just seems like we always got to be in a worker's role. That's why I promote ownership. We promote being a boss. I think boss. You dig? Shout out to Dame Dash, man. Again, they don't see what Dame Dash doing because again, it looks bleak. Everybody's saying they feel sorry for Dame and Dame got tax issues and all these things. Man, for one, mind y'all business. That's for one. I never understood why people be on your business. But Dame is an owner. He's putting out content at a high level because he understands data. He understands merch. He understands the time frame that we're in. You got to be in ownership. If they shut YouTube down tomorrow, what are you going to do? You don't know. If they take away food stamps tomorrow, what are you going to do? They take away Section 8 housing, what are you going to do? If they take away, they already said that they're going to take away the taxes and all that stuff. Y'all, you peep that, right? The income tax, So it won't be no more income tax. That's not for your benefit. That's for their benefit. You already see the project is gone. Bro, you got to wake up and see what's happening. The American government is tired of taking care of y'all. Just let you know. If you're not seeing it yet, they're going to start chopping away and snipping away all these things that you've been living off for the years. And that goes to everybody, not just us. Because we're not the ones that use special entities of the government as much as anybody else. You go look at the documentary out where the other side, they're using those things at a high clip as well, especially their women. You dig? So yeah, we have to make sure we get right and exact, man, and understand the facts. And understand that these things do not belong to us. We have to go and we have to get our own. That's why America New, download right now, America New right now, because it's important that we have our own hub. Imagine if you could watch me right now on America New on that platform. Fan base with Isaac Hayes Jr. Imagine that that's a black man's platform. Those are two black people I told that name and gave you the name of. You dig? That you can do everything that you do on the other platforms. So why not be on that platform? Why not support that? Why be deprivated and then have to try to find something else? We seen the Periscopes, we seen the Vines, they came and went because they got bought out. Understand, that's why they don't want TikTok around, because they know for a fact TikTok is something that they can't control. And the information on there is fleeting. They giving breakdowns, people giving their opinions, people giving gossip. Oh, it's not all true. I'm never in my life gonna say everything's all true, but we know for a fact some things are true. And Meta, and they want to keep all this stuff in one hub so they can control you. You did? You think self-checkout literally is for to help you? No, it's to control you. Understand that you have to rely on that system. Understand that's taking away another job for somebody. I don't support self-checkout. I will literally not go to self-checkout if I see it. No, I want you to ring me up. I'm not going to self-checkout. I don't want to be there because I understand that's a deterrent for the job market. You can walk into a McDonald's restaurant one day or a Burger King and it will be nobody there working. They already got kiosks in certain states. There's a Taco Bell right now that runs robots. Let me pull it up. Y'all be thinking I just making up stuff. You just gotta understand information. You have to understand these things are not gonna be told to you. You have to find these things out. It's called research. Come on, man. This is Minnesota. I'm not making this up, bro. What they got ads they pay for. This is 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I've been to about this. 3 years ago. It's up and running now. So this is an old video. It's up and running. Check this out.
Be the first of its kind, get this, in the world. The quick service restaurant will open in Minnesota in the spring. But why here? Well, because it was invented here.
What do you get when you mix a Taco Bell franchise owner, a big ideas group, and a company that can create just about anything?
It's called Taco Bell Defy.
Meet Taco Bell Defy, an idea born out of COVID when restaurants had to shut down indoor dining.
As you well know,
you see that format and blueprint looks exactly like Chick-fil-A. That look exactly how Chick-fil-A is ran right now. Wake up, family. Wake up.
All of our business was forced to the drive-through. So we had a real pain point at the drive-through pickup window.
But how do you reinvent the drive-through, make it more efficient?
So we took that idea and literally lifted all the operations of the kitchen up off the ground and made 4 or 5 lanes of traffic that go through it. And we serve walk-ups, we serve people on bikes, and we serve lanes of people through traffic.
Yep, a 2-story Taco Bell. Several lanes are dedicated to people who have already ordered using the app. Then there's a lane for
Mhm.
regular traffic and
That's what they're trying to do. If you notice, everything is about an app. Hey, go ahead and get the download the such and such app. We give you 2 burgers for free off the Wendy's app. We'll give you 17 cheeseburgers off the McDonald's app. You order ahead of time. You get the 2 for 3 breakfast menu. Order on the app. Order on the app. That's why they try to promote those things to you.
a proprietary vertical lift to deliver the food from above.
It's push button, safety protocols,
See?
6 seconds travel time.
Nobody gonna be
Minnesota-based
there.
Border Foods, which owns a couple hundred Taco Bells, knew the concept was a game changer. Created by a couple of local companies, Workshop and PD in Store, that sit on the outside of the quick service industry.
Because we weren't immersed in the QSR industry, we didn't know what the non-starters were. So we just sort of approached it from a common sense approach.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Here we go. It says Yum Brands set 100 Taco Bell locations in the U.S. will use artificial intelligence and drive-through lanes by the end of 2024. Restaurant companies such as Wendy's, White Castle have been slowly implementing the tech to reduce labor costs and improve speed of service. That means that job that you thought you had is not going to be here anymore. What are you going to do? Well, you want to argue with me? Go argue with your mother. You heard? It's ridiculous, man. I'm just giving you information. This is what is the crazy thing about people. Our people perish because of lack of information. That's the reason why you can't grow, because you don't know anything. And the people that's trying to tell you what to do, you don't want to listen to them. But again, I digress. And I love everybody, so it's all good. That's been today's show. I am your boy, Mike to the P. Man. On my podcast. Please subscribe, like, share. Please follow me, man. If you're not following me right now, follow me right now on YouTube, One Mike Podcast, man. It's your main man. I love you. Bro, get right and exact, man. Get out your feelings and please support each other. Please. Figure out a different way of living. Because the conventional way that we're living is not going to be here. You have to get in the field. You have to, black men, get in these schools, man. It's numerous of jobs that we need to start filling to be a part of the community. There's nothing wrong with having a labor job. I used to work construction. I used to work at Lowe's. I used to work at FedEx. I used to work at a packing place. I worked a temp agency job. Bruh, I was in the nooks and crannies of everything you can think of. Like I said, man, getting up 4 o'clock in the morning. These are time frames where y'all didn't see me. I was grinding, you dig? And then I realized, you know what? How long can I do this? Am I going to do this till I'm 45? Nah. I can't start now then. Is there a retirement plan with this? Nah. Is there a pension with this? Nah. Because you don't realize is these jobs now are looking to fire you before they give you that pension, before you retire. So you're going to give them 20 years of your life, and then they'll just fire you for no reason. They can fire you for any reason in the state of Virginia. Do you know that? In the state of Virginia right now, they can fire you for anything. Let you been late 2 times. Your attendance wasn't as good as we wanted to be. Man, we're reduction of forces. We're moving in a different direction with our company numbers. And sorry that, you didn't fit the criteria of what we're going forward. So, yeah, we have to let you go ahead and let you go. Well, we appreciate you being here for as long as you've been here, man. That's the tone they're going to use with you, unfortunately. So, save your money, please. I love you. Peace.